Hey guys, welcome back to Punisher's YouTube channel. Today we've got a very exciting announcement. We have a product release. This is the Sector arm pad review. This is Jason Edwards' brand from Tampa Bay Damage, and we're super excited to highlight these arm pads. So make sure that you guys like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys after the intro.
I'm so free.
Okay guys, so here we are with the Sector arm pads. This is the 2XL, which actually fits me. Jason was nice enough to give us a pair to try and do a review on. If you guys like what you see here, make sure that you leave a comment in the description saying that you like these and that we should get them in stock. Overall, I'm very impressed. Basically, Jason Edwards, Tampa Bay Damage, has been basically quality controlling these for the last year or two with his players from Tampa Bay Damage, and he's super excited about these. We saw him at Monster Game up in Hell Survivors, and he was nice enough to give us a pair at that point and send us on our way to put a review and see what we think. So first things first, packaging wise, pretty standard, just like a cardboard thing that kind of holds stuff in place there. Nothing too exciting there. And then we've got our actual arm pads. There's a few things to note on these arm pads, excuse me, that make them unique. So first thing is that the material on the inside here is very stretchy fabric, which is really nice. So I would say that there are other brands out there that have this kind of material, but there's also brands that don't, and I would say that this is probably my favorite material that I like to wear. Another thing that I like to mention is that it does have a very large hand guard here. As you guys can see, it's Sector branded. It does have a really nice thumb hole. One thing that I'd like to point out is that there is like a major gap or a major distance there between where your thumb goes in and the end. I know that there's other arm pads out there like the Exalt Freeflex that it's just like a little string, and there's really not much there. I like having a decent amount there. That way I know that as I'm diving or whatever the case may be, or front players, for you guys that do dive a lot, you're never going to have any issues there. So that's really nice. Moving over to the other side, from a padding perspective, something that Jason did with this arm pad is he actually made it into a triangular pattern. And he basically studied his front players and everyone that dives on his team and himself as well, and basically tried to get an idea of where the impact zone was on arms, and you'll kind of get it once I actually put it on my arm here. So it is a triangular pattern. I think it's the only arm pad in the industry that has this triangular pattern. As far as the amount of padding, I would say it's like in between. It's not the least amount of padding like the Bunker Keen's Air Hex pads of the past, and it's probably not the most padding like the HK Army Crash pads. It's kind of an in between, but it is a super flexible material. Very nice when it comes to that. And overall, I think it's going to do a good job of protecting your arms. And then moving up to the top here, it does have this band. I'm not a huge fan of. I wish he had done something different with this, but it's basically like this thin band here, as you guys can see there. And there are other arm bands or arm pads out there that have that band, and I'm just not a fan because it cuts into my upper arm. I got a little extra chub going on the upper arm, and it just kind of cuts into it. For you guys that are skinnier, you guys that are smaller, you're not going to have that issue. So something to keep in mind there. One thing that I do like about the upper portion though is that he did do a very thick elastic band here. So there are a couple arm pads out there that don't have a band at all, like the infamous ones that we really like. But I think that I personally like having the armband, but I don't like having a thin armband, and he definitely didn't do that with this. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with it. The price point on it, I believe, is $59.95. It's a really good price point. It's pretty similar to everything else in the industry when it comes to arm pads. So enough talking there. We're going to put these on. I got to figure out which side's which here. So it does designate on the tag in here. It does designate which side's which. This is the 2X, 3X, guys. And I did notice that was kind of small, even for a 2X, 3X. The 2X on the Infamous fits me just fine. So it is going to be relatively true to size. I would say if you're usually a small medium guy, you're going to be a small medium in these. If you're a large XL guy, you're probably going to be, you know, in that range too. And as you can tell, what I was talking about kind of cuts into my upper arm here, which does kind of bother me. But would I still wear them? Yes, I would say overall, comfortability here is great. And basically I wanted to highlight this triangular pattern. So as you can tell, it covers the important portion, which is obviously your elbow, and it covers your forearm down, but it gives you a little bit more of a true like athletic fit when it comes to your forearm, which is really nice. And overall, I think it fits pretty good. I think that if I were to lose a little bit of weight or something, I'd have no problem wearing this from up here, but I can definitely tell that like after a long day, this would probably bother me. But I think that's like a null point for most people. Most people aren't going to have that issue. And then the other thing that I noticed that's kind of a little quirk, once again, not something that's a game changer for me, is that the elastic doesn't fit all the way around here. So when you pull your band over, there's not like a very large portion that you can engage, so you have to get it really tight. So not crazy about that. Once again, it's because I'm a heavier player and everything else like that. I think most people, normal size, it's going to fit just fine. People are going to like it. I will say this actually does feel really good though. So really my only quirk to this arm pad is this elastic band here at the top. I really do like how tight this fits. One thing that drives me nuts about arm pads, that's why I wear the Bunker Keens pop packs, is because the Bunker Keens pop packs, this handguard's really skinny. I like this arm pad a lot because it's so skinny, and I'm able to, I don't use gloves or anything, so I'm able to, you know, feel my marker and everything else like that while I'm playing. I don't like to wear gloves. It's just, it's one of those tactile things. But yeah, guys, so overall, you know, I'd give it a probably solid 8 out of 10 when it comes to arm pads. I really haven't found one that I'm absolutely crazy about. I would say the Infamous and the Bunker Keens are really good. I would say that this is definitely up there. Me personally, if I was a little bit you know, skinnier, I'd probably would put this up in my top 3 as well. Overall though, I think it's a quality arm pad for normal sized people. There you guys have it. That is the Sector arm pad from Jason Edwards, I guess you would say. And if you guys like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure that if you guys are interested in this arm pad, contact us, whether it's via, you know, commenting in the YouTube, or, you know, giving us a call or email saying, hey, I'd like to purchase some of these arm pads, and we are going to get them in stock for you, because once again, I do believe in them, but I also like to be critical and give you guys honest opinions. So there you guys have it. That's a Sector arm pad. We'll see you guys next time.